I'm Mr. Christopher, and it's time to roll up my sleeves because this is my world, and this is Art Connoisseur. It's Sweeps Week, and we did a week of specials, people. First, we had the Eddie Murphy movie review V special. Then we had the Ground special for Roasting the Dead, which was just roasting graves on the ground. And today, for our connoisseur, we're going to have a Thanksgiving special where I'm going to look at sculptures instead of paintings. It's a fun special. I went on the Facebook marketplace there and I went and looked up some sculptures. And I got to say, sculptures are quite sexual. The people that make them are my kind of people. I don't know if that's true, but they're very sexual things. Sculptures are sexual. And the first one we're going to start with is a naked woman, of course. There's so many naked sculptures out there. I picked this one. It's simple. It's straight to the point of what a sculpture is, probably for what I think a sculpture. When I think sculptures, I think of a couple things, but this is kind of in the alley. And then we're gonna go a different couple of routes. But I wanted to start pretty typical sculpture. You'll see what I'm talking about next, right now. When I show you, right, I'm gonna show you right now. Let's go. Show them. I'm such a nuisance. And here is what I'm talking about. This is our first sculpture of the day. It's called Venus de Milo. And it's only going for $100. And for $100, that is a beautiful sculpture. That is a beautiful sculpture. I would buy that for $100. I love this. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about just like a typical, straight to the point sculpture. Venus de Milo. Very nice sculpture. Very typical of what a sculpture is to me. If it's not that, then it's like a naked dude who's ripped, with his penis out. But I prefer the breasts out personally, and those are for just some nice sculpted breasts. And I always picture sculptures kind of looking like that. To be honest, that is your typical sculpture. I only have one other naked person, I think, in this art connoisseur. So we'll get to that, but let's get to the next one first. I would buy that. It's beautiful. I'd put it in my bathroom or next to my bed or on my front porch to show people like I'm a serious guy. You come into a serious house, so get your act together if you're coming through these doors. And next we go here to the dancer. I guess technically she's naked in a way, but I don't see that. I mean, I can see where it's that, but I'm assuming there's a leotard which is really tight to the skin, so I'm going to say not naked. But let's see how much this is. Mr. Christopher, take it away. How much is that small sculpture, you asked? $25 for Passionate Dancer. I love her passion. I love the passion in her craft. She cares deeply about what she is doing. That's not the second naked person that I was talking about. To me, that's not a naked statue. That is a dancer. I am assuming she's wearing a leotard, which is tight to the skin, or some sort of spandex that is tight to the skin. But remember this, don't wear spandex and nylon. Try to wear cotton, linen things. You want these things, they're better for your body. Now, I'm no dancer. Maybe that material doesn't work in the dancing world. I don't know. But, if I'm out there, if I can spread any advice, wear cotton, wear linen, wear wool, wear, natural fibers. But yeah, Passionate Dancer, $25. If my daughter wanted that for her room, absolutely, I would buy it. It's nice. I like the passion. It has passion to it. She is bleeding for her craft, which I love and respect. So yeah, $25. You bet your bottom's dollar I'd buy that for my daughter if she wanted it, not for myself. I wouldn't buy it for myself. No. Next, we go here to what I'm calling art is within the eye of the beholder. I am also calling this Rust. I'm also calling this Alec Baldwin in Rust. I'm also calling this Rusty Swordfish. It has a lot of names, but that's the thing about this piece is it's really up for interpretation. And I'm going to show you here. This person wanted to show you what it looked like in a room with a tall pineapple lamp and a picture of what looks to be like a impregnated oyster cephalopod Pokemon type situation. I don't know. And one more look from a different angle. Yes. From this angle, it's like rusty tuna, I don't know. Let's see what Mr. Christopher thinks. And I don't know if I told you the price yet, but Mr. Christopher, take it away. $180 for that rusted pile of metal. It looks like Thanos just went with a sewer cap and threw it to the side, you know? I've never seen the Thanos movies. What are they called? Mr. Magnum Ultra? What are those movies called? The Avengers. I've seen the first Avenger. I know. Crazy. But I'll get there. That's a movie review situation. Let's not talk about that here. Anyhow, so I have no right to make a Thanos reference, though, is my point. I have no right. I have no right to make a Thanos reference. I don't even really know him. All I know about Thanos, to me, is Josh Brolin plays him. Yeah, that's all I freaking know about Thanos. And he's purple. Which is like, how is purple intimidating? How are you a purple man and you're intimidating? I loved Barney the Big Purple Dinosaur when I was growing up. $180 for that metal piece of nothingness. Here's the thing, though. I can't say that's bad. I mean, technically, I can't say anything is bad. Art is art. It's all art is within the beauty is within the eye of the beholder, right? Confucius say, art is just. Or is that Buddha? Buddha says art is just. Confucius say, art, make it. But yeah, so I can't say it's bad. And the fact that I can name it 30 different things, to me, is fun. That's fun. I like that. I like interpretation. That's the beautiful thing about art, is it's up for interpretation, depending on what it is. I mean, if it's a donut, it's a donut, you know? You can't look at a sculpted donut and say, that's a tire. No, it's a donut. It could, okay, maybe it's a tire. I guess you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, that's a rusty piece of trash. In my personal opinion, for $180, I wouldn't even consider it. If it fell in my lap for free, I may just throw it in the trash, to be honest. But I could see where you're coming from, you know? And from that rusty pile, we go to our next naked piece. It's an African goddess. That is what it's called. I'm not just saying that. That is what it's called. And how much is the African goddess, you ask? Mr. Christopher, take it away. $90 for the African goddess. Would I buy it? If I was married to Keke Palmer and Keke Palmer was like, Mr. Christopher, will you buy me the African goddess sculpture? I would say, Keke, you are my African goddess, babe. And she would say, Mr. Christopher, I'm not even from Africa. And I would say, that's fine. You're still my African goddess, babe. And then we'd make sweet, passionate love, and then I'd cook her dinner, and I'd be like, "Do you want to go see a movie?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, let's go see a movie. I just came out with one. It's called this, and we should go see it." I'll be like, "Yeah, I already seen it twice. Let's go see something different. I watch all your movies. I love you, Kiki." Kiki, will you love me? Will you love Mr. Christopher? I will buy you an African goddess statue if you want it. And I will do other things. I will love you. We can laugh together. We can do other things together. All right. Enough with the begging. Anyway, yeah, African goddess. If I had a black wife, specifically Keke Palmer, and she wanted it, yes. Otherwise, most likely I'm not really looking for something like that. So I'm not going to buy it. You know, but if I came across it and it was like $5, we're talking. But if I had a black wife, she wanted it, and it was $90, we're also talking. Okay? So that's my take on that. Next, we go here to what is a authentic reproduction of The Lovers by Francis something rather. I forget his name. But this, to me, looks like a couple of cashews that fell on the floor. But I can see where there's loving to it. You know what, Mr. Christopher? Tell them the price. $125 for that. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? See, there's a bunch of nuts in there. Almonds, there's pistachios, walnuts. What are you, nuts? Yeah, $125 for Lovers. And it really just looks like a couple of cashews that fell on the floor and like fell together in an awkward manner. It's not terrible. I wouldn't buy it. I can see the loverness in it. But it also is just like I can get two rocks and put them next to each other and call them lovers. It's good enough for me. You know? So I'm not stressing about it. $125, get out of my house, to be honest. And lastly, we go here to what they're calling a Damien sculptured decorative vase. But I tell you what I call it, a piece of burnt macaroni. Mr. Christopher, how much does this cost? $150 for that decorative vase. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? $150 for that decorative vase? Now, if you were selling it as one single piece of giant burnt macaroni, I think you can get $200 for that. But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. I just, you got to play the game here. And I think that game in today's world is worth playing. But with that said, that's the end of Art Connoisseur with me, Mr. Christopher, the art connoisseur. So I hope you enjoyed, I know I did, Sculptures, the Sculpture Special. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat your turkey, have your fun, eat your mashed potatoes and your sweet potatoes and your corn and all the other good fixings and your apple pie and your ice cream and your brownies and your cake and your cookies. Oh man, dessert. I love dessert. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Tell your friends and like, follow, subscribe. Next week we'll be getting back to paintings, so don't you fret just yet. And yeah, lead with love, never be afraid, and when you fight hate with hate, hate prevails. And when hate prevails, no one wins. Okay? With that said, bye, farewell, happy Thanksgiving. Mr. Christopher, you crazy!